Alright, hello everybody, Zaxtor99 back with another video. This is a video that is going to be a combined video in two videos that I was going to do. I was going to make a video for my best indie game that I scored and played in the year 2019 last year, and then I was going to do a separate video for my worst of the worst, miss video, my worst of the worst indie game that I played and scored in the year 2019. I decided to go ahead and just get it done though, however, and combine both of those videos into one. So here we go, guys. If we look at my playlist, I have a playlist for the worst indie games in 2019, and I have a playlist for the best, indie gold game that I scored and played in 2019. Now, keep in mind, guys, I'm only basing these on the indie games that I played, so I'm sure there's some indie games out there that are, among the worst that maybe I didn't play, and I'm sure there's some great indie games that launched in 2019 that maybe I just never knew about or maybe I never played. So I'm making these judgments here based on the games that I played. And when we look at, let's go ahead and do the best game first, guys, because I have a couple of really, really good indie games. In fact, you know what? Let's save the best for last. Yeah, that's what we should do. Let's go ahead and get what so many of you guys are clicking on this video for. I know you guys want to see the worst of the worst. So if we click on my playlist here, guys, for 2019, all my missed videos, we see all these. I'm up to 79 now. Actually, I'm up to number 80 because I reviewed one with Sarah last week in a live stream that made number 80 that I actually need to put in another video. But that would actually be my first missed video of 2020. So, we had, guys, in 2019, I had a total of 54 missed videos. 54 total pieces of trash that became a missed game when I played it. That is more than one per week that made some of the worst vile trash on Steam. Now, we're not talking just a bad game. We're not talking just a ripoff. We are talking about some of the lowest effort, laziest, most corrupt garbage you can possibly find on Steam, and there is so much of it. But guys, when we look at all these different crappy games, guys, I spent about an hour looking through all these, trying to remember some of this stuff that I've, really tried to forget, and we have the worst of the worst with miss number 45, a game that I reviewed last March. This is Ottoman Empire Spectacular Millennium. It's made by a developer who calls himself CDIS Lab, and this guy made a Game Guru game. That's right, a game made with a Game Guru engine with default trees and buildings and textures and zombies that he actually asked $25 for, $24.99 for some low effort, trash where he just puts a bunch of assets into a game world and, gives you a club, lets you find a couple of different weapons and, fight these terrible texture default enemies in this game. This game, guys, I said in my review, I believe I bought it for around a nickel on a Russian website. Yeah, I bought it for the equivalent of 7 American cents on a Russian key-selling website, and I felt that I got ripped off. This game, guys, is absolutely terrible. You see that I got quite a few views on it. That's more views than I typically get on these kind of games. 287 people found this review helpful. But the bad thing about this game, guys, is that the developer has other trash that's made in Game Guru. I believe every one of his games is made in Game Guru. And he's asking anywhere from $14.99, $9.99 here, $24.99 for this low effort Game Guru trash. Thankfully, he hasn't put out any games lately. So, we can be hopeful that he's not making any more stuff and that he's lost money because he's put up, what, 100, 200, 300, well, that's a collection, 400, 500. He's put up $500 to put up these 5 pieces of freaking shit that he's pumped out with a Game Guru engine. We can hope that he's lost most of that $500. Anybody that's bought a game like this, I can't imagine why they would keep it and why they wouldn't refund it. I think most of the reviews are going to come from people like myself who got one of his pieces of garbage for around a nickel on a key selling website or something. But guys, when we go to Ottoman Empire, one thing that, I mean, I don't need to look at the video to show you guys what trash it is. It's your standard, typical, you know, zero AI, zero, really low effort trash on Steam. But the thing that baffles me, guys, is down here, where we had almost 300 people that found my review helpful. We have, I don't know if this is a fake review or just a smart-ass punk or what, but he says, fantastic, wow, amazing, best, fantastic game, 100%, blah, 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 blah. Gives it a positive review, plays for 10 minutes, gives it a positive review, and almost 7,500 people found this review helpful. 1,300 found it funny. Now, 300 or 287 people finding my review helpful, that's a lot. That's quite a few people finding a review, especially on a trash game like this you would expect most people not to even look at. So something fishy is going on here for sure. 385 comments. I mean, it's not like this guy is a big reviewer. He only has 16 reviews. So I don't exactly know what's going on here, but it smells really rotten. 7,500 people finding a positive review helpful. Yeah, there's obviously not a whole lot of people buying the game. Only 19 total reviews. That's with key redemptions and everything. So I don't know there why 7,500 people would find a positive review helpful. Like I said, it smells really, really rotten. Anyway, guys, Ottoman Empire, out of 54 missed games that I did in 2019, and this one makes my worst of the worst. Not only because it's just an awful game, but because the developer has the balls to ask $25 US for it. So you're probably wondering by now, okay, Zax, what are your best games of the game? What is a game that I can get that's going to give me a fantastic game and going to give me, you know, a great value? Because that's almost half my score in any game is value. You know, are you getting a good bang for your buck? Well, let's go ahead and look at my top 3 games of 2019. Remember, I only had 15 I had 54 miss games, but I only had 15 Zaxtors any golds. So I had what, less than about one. I had about 4 miss games for every one Zaxtors any gold. I was getting a Zaxtors any gold about every month, maybe a little more often than that, but overall about 1 a month. And I was getting a miss game about once a week. So out of the 15 Zaxtors any gold games that I reviewed in 2019, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my top 3. And maybe it just happens to be that I love good twin stick shooters, or maybe it was because 2019 really saw some amazing twin stick shooters out there. But if we come here, guys, Cuboid Keeper comes in as my runner-up number 2, my third best game of 2019. And this is an indie game, guys, that is phenomenal, especially for the price. I reviewed this game in early January, I do believe. If it'll come up. So here we are, guys, Cuboid Keeper. This game oozes so much quality. This game is so much fun. It's relentless. It's hectic. You have tons of bass bottles. You have tons of enemies to kill. What I really liked about this game was the way you could upgrade. It has a really unique way of upgrading. You know, your guns, your abilities, and everything that you have to pick up these different power-ups and these different things that you can use to upgrade, as well as like advancing through the levels and leveling up and so forth. Like I said, it's been about a year since I played this game, but this game is phenomenal, guys. It comes in at only a $7 price tag, and this game is just phenomenal, guys. It only has 4 user reviews. I believe it's this developer's only game on Steam. Yeah, it is. So, I mean, it's their first and only game on Steam. So, if you like good twin stick shooters and you haven't heard of or tried out Cuboid Keeper, I highly encourage you to go try this game out. Remember, you get the 2-hour refund. If it's not your type of game, if you don't like it, you can always refund it. But I can almost guarantee you that you're going to love this game. $6.99, guys. This game scored a perfect 100%. Perfect scores across the board. I really, really loved this game. It comes up as my number 3, but there's another twin stick shooter that's even better than Cuboid Keeper, believe it or not. And this is one of the best ones I had played in years. But in September, I believe it was in September, we came across another indie game that is probably my favorite, the best twin stick shooter I've ever played. Developer Falcon Brew also launched his first game on Steam. He has a demo for it right here. You guys can go out and try it. And yes, it did come out in September. It does ask a little bit more money, $15, but this game is phenomenal. You're trying to save the Matrix. You're coming in here. This game offers graphics that are superior than, Cuboid Keeper in every way. And the action is just as high octane as Cuboid Keeper, and the graphics are just splendid and a joy to behold. All these different colors and light ups and bullets and enemies and power ups and everything you can get in this game. I mean, you see why I already have 10 hours in the game since September. And I review so many games. 10 hours for a game like this is a lot for me in just a few months. There's different endings as well, depending on how you play. This game is phenomenal, guys. $15. But because of the price tag, because it didn't offer quite the value that my best indie game selection of 2019 did, Devator comes in as my runner-up. It scored a perfect, I believe it scored a 98%. But this game is definitely one of the best games of 2019 for sure. And if you love great twin stick shooters, you're going to love Devator. So what is my number one choice for my Zaxtor's Indie Gold game of 2019? Guys, I can't say it enough. I can't hype it enough. But Unholm, we've talked about it before, is a game that blows my mind in every aspect. As far as a quality, fun game, this is going to be more of a casual game. It's an indie simulation where you're trying to control a dwarvish colony in a fantasy world. But you got to do trade, you got to raise crops, you got to go hunting, you got to go mining and collecting resources under the ground. There's monsters under the ground. There's monsters that will invade your home, your tunnels. You got lava down here, so all you Minecraft fans, guys that love to dig down in the earth and get resources and stuff like that, and build your buildings and everything like that, you're gonna love Unholm. Guys, I'm giving you Unholm as my top indie game of 2019 because the developer here, Pixel Mill Games, is offering you such an insane value. Unholm, guys, comes in and can be yours for a price tag of only $1.99. Now, honestly, this game should come in at $15. If I had made this game, I'd be asking at least $15 for this game because it offers so much content. And this game really reminds me of an amazing game that I played and reviewed years ago, guys, in Craft the World. Now, Craft the World has a little bit more polished graphics than Unholm, but you see, it came out in 2014. Look at all the reviews it has, 8,300. This game comes in at $18.99, and it's a very similar type of game. So from what I remember of Craft the World and what I remember of Unholm, they're two very similar type of games, and Unholm might even offer you more content, more value than Craft the World. And again, it comes in at a small fraction of the price and only has 62 reviews. Guys, if you guys want a great game, you guys got a couple of bucks, you cannot go wrong with my number one selection in 2019. Go give Pixel Mill Games your couple of bucks and thank me later. There's a reason I'm choosing Unholm as my number one indie game selection for 2019. You owe it to yourself to go out and play this amazing game and see what a value it is. And you'll be shaking your head, wondering yourself why the hell this developer is only charging $1.99 for this masterpiece of a game. Be sure you comment down below, guys. Let me know if this video has sparked you to go out and buy Unholm, Devator, or Cuboid Keeper, my top 3 Indie Gold selections of 2019, and let me know what you think. Like I said, guys, trust me. Thank me later. This has been Zaxtor99, and we'll be back real soon with more video content. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a great one.